Hi everybody, welcome to the Unschooling Lifestyle. On today's video, we're going to talk about a few pieces that have helped us guide our journey into unschooling and finding our own way into what it actually means for us to live this unschooling lifestyle. So let's dive in. Okay, so the term unschooling came from John Holt. He was coined back in the 70s, and he basically says that he came up with the term because he thought children would be better off in an environment opposite of school, right? Without school and in an environment that would allow and would honor children's curiosity as well as their timeline. So that's kind of where it starts, an idea different of the norm, right? So that's John Holt. I highly recommend his work. His work lives on johnholt.com, and I'll put a link in the comments. Okay, so another definition of unschooling that we used in our house to set up our framework of what our unschooling lifestyle would be is this one that is learning without a curriculum. I first heard this definition from Pamela Rickia, which is she manages the Living Joyfully network, and they have great conversations there in Clubhouse. If you're into like podcast type thing, they have great conversations there. I also recently heard the same definition, learning without a curriculum, from Patrick Ferenga. He worked side by side with John Holt when they were, I believe he was the editor for his magazine, Growing Without School, back in the 80s. So I don't know who said it first, but I'm quoting them both here so you can see that they both said it. I'm not sure who said it first, like I said. So, but I'll put their work in the comments so you can look at their websites and their work. They both have grown unschoolers, unschooled children. So I think a lot of people, it's important for them to see other people that have walked the path of unschooling and see what that looks like, right? So, yeah. So this is learning without a curriculum. The other piece I wanted to share with you is a quote by Dana Martin from her book Radical Unschooling: A Revolution Has Begun. She writes, "Unschooling is an organic, authentic way of life in which you must blaze your own trail through respecting and honoring your individual children and your own beliefs about the world." And I love this quote because it really speaks to the individuality of unschooling. It's different for every family. So as you step into this lifestyle, know that there is no right or wrong way to do it, but you just have to find your own way. So that really kind of it took me a while to figure that out. So I'm sharing this with you in hopes that it'll help you, it'll ease your journey over here. The last piece I wanted to share with you is the book Raising Free People: Unschooling as Liberation and Healing Work, because this book had profound change in me as a parent and as a person, as a way and the way I see children. And I chose two quotes from this book. Unschooling is about mindful interactions and value and human rights. And the other one is, you cannot raise a child without the input of that child. And in both quotes, it really reminded me that what I was doing, what I thought it was right for my children, I was doing it based on my own expectations, past experiences, and I never thought to ask them if that's what they wanted to do. So, I'm a lot more conscientious of that in all of the little things that we do. It's like food choices, places to go, and whatnot. But this is also not necessarily a guide of how unschooling should be, but rather a consideration that they do go hand in hand. Human rights, the respect for our children's wishes and needs are part of the life of unschooling. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here with us. In this video, we just quickly talked about the word unschooling and where it came from, a little bit how the philosophy got started, and also a few very popular definitions in the unschooling community, which is learning without a curriculum, and also living authentically with our children and seeing them as people and respecting their rights, and also utilizing their input to craft the way they want to live their lives, to help them develop to the people that they want to become. So these are, as you can see, it's not a specific black and white, um, path that you have to follow, but rather utilizing your own values as a person, as a family, and what's important to all of you as the community that you are. So I hope you can only take what's meaningful to you and leave the rest. Thank you so much for being here with us. Do like this video. We would really appreciate it. And let us know in the comments what you thought. If you have any other tools that have helped you in your unschooling journey, we'd love to know more about them. And we'll see you next week. On the next video, we're going to talk about some of the things that unschooling it is not. Because I feel like sometimes we have a framework, but then we go to the other extreme of what unschooling perhaps it is not. So we'll talk a little bit about that, and yeah, so we'll see you next time. Remember, then your time is precious, and I hope you're making it count. Take care. Bye.